Hello, we're here at MTAC, 18th Battalion. I'm thrilled to welcome back, after far too great of an absence, Tara Platt, Yuri Lowenthal.
Oh, thank you so much.
We're very excited to be here.
It is good to be back. Yeah. It's good to be home.
It's good to see you. So, we'll go ahead and get the basic stuff out of the way.
Sure.
What have you guys been working on that, of course, you're able to talk about?
Right. That's a thing. There's plenty of stuff I'd love to talk about, but NDAs. On the other hand, Tara just had put out a web series.
Oh, well, that's one of our projects, though. But as far as anime things, yes, we put out a web series. Mm-hmm. It's called What a Lark. It's up right now on Amazon and YouTube and Vimeo and
all the platforms.
All the platforms. Mm-hmm. It's the first season, so there's 10 episodes, and it's a live action comedy.
Mm-hmm. So. I just started working on the return of Furikuri. So I'm proud to do, because I wasn't involved in the first round way back in the day.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be coming back for a little bit of that. We're still recording Naruto.
Naruto's still going.
What? That's still a thing?
I know. You did
episode 6. Episode 678 the other day.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
And then there's some video games and anime, but I don't know that they've been announced yet, so we cannot talk about them.
Yeah. We're doing our best to keep busy, though.
Yes.
You can also hear me, whether you like it or not, as the promo announcer for ABC Comedy.
I was wondering about that.
Right? Yeah.
Because I was listening to one on the radio for Zach Braff's new show.
Alex.
Yep.
He specifically calls out, hey, where's the
announcer guy? Yeah, that's.
I was like, I
remember recording that.
Sounds a lot like Yuri. But
it is.
I don't know if I'm just being weird.
Yeah, no, it's Yuri.
Absolutely is. So the next time you hear Roseanne, same cast, new episodes, 8:30, 7:30 Central on ABC. There you go.
Great.
Yeah, thank you.
You just got a plug in for Roseanne too. That's very funny.
ABC will be happy about that. That one's for free, guys.
John Goodman's back from the grave.
Back from the grave. I know. Why does everybody always think I'm dead? Yeah. So that's been fun as well.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Yeah.
So, been a couple of changes to your guys' life in the last 7 years.
Just a couple.
Could say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One or two. Mm-hmm. You guys have now expanded your family.
Yes.
Yeah, that's our latest project. Right.
The project that's taking the most of our energy.
Yeah, that's a project.
But I will say the project that made it possible for us to come to this show, in that my mom lives in Nashville, and she has a cousin, and my sister came up from Virginia, and was able to watch our progeny, our spawn, while we were here. Made it possible to come here, because I don't know how I'd be able to do a show.
I don't think we could do a con someplace
where we didn't have family.
I was thinking about that because
until he gets older,
we knew you were had family in the area, but I was thinking man, how are they going to do other cons with kids?
I just
that is a fine question. I don't have an answer for that.
I don't know that it's going to happen for any time in the near future.
Yeah. Well, as long as there's family here, we can have you guys as often as you like.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I have no authority to make. I know.
I'm going to hold you to that.
I know people. I'll hold them to it. But how has that affected your guys' work-life balance?
Well, I think any change in life has ramifications in all aspects. So whatever the change may be, if it's getting married or moving to a new place or having a child, it does make a huge impact on everything in your world.
Right.
Yeah.
But for us specifically, obviously it's a different kind of way to juggle time and schedules. And because the responsibility of being a parent is so much more than just making sure you're at home at the right time.
Sure.
It really does change the way that we make decisions.
Yeah.
So the types of projects we work on sometimes gets affected by literally thinking about it logistically of what does this mean if I say yes to this?
Yeah.
What am I really saying yes to? I'm not just saying yes to that now because now I have more than just me to care about.
Sure.
That does have some impact.
I love to read to him and put him to bed at night. So if something is going to cut into that time, it does make me question whether I want to do it or how we can schedule it or is it, like when ABC calls, ABC can call anytime.
I was about to say, you can just, put on some ABC promos.
Let him listen to that.
Right. You can,
Daddy's reading you a bedtime story now.
Right. Plenty of things you can listen to. Here, play Saints Row. No, don't ever play Saints Row until you're like 18. But yeah.
Oh goodness. So, how do you guys stay motivated? Because you guys do a ton of stuff. You do production. Tara, you wrote a children's book recently.
I did.
And you guys have always just had your
fingers in lots of pies.
Yeah. We have found you kind of have to, as actors, once upon a time, you could be an actor and just act.
Yeah.
And keep everything going. But I think these days, you have to be creating. You have to create your own productions. You have to tell your own stories. You have to own your own IPs and your own content. And that is what we've always liked to do, mostly because it gives us a little more. And being an actor, also in general, you don't have a lot of power. You don't have the power of decisions of who wants to cast you on things. You know, we're sort of at somebody else's whim. So we found that generating that kind of stuff allows us to feel a little more powerful in the industry that we're in.
But I would agree that our production or our output has definitely drastically fallen off in the last 2 years.
Right.
The amount of generation that we do is far fewer than what we were doing before. But, it's also because time is precious and our focus is divided. And so, in a year we used to try to do as many things as possible. And now we're like, okay, what is the project we're going to focus on this year? So for example, we have our second edition of our voiceover book.
Yes.
And that's going to be coming out this summer. And so that's kind of like our focus for this year because with our son, there's just only so many hours in the day.
Right.
And so it used to be fine. I didn't mind staying up till 3 a.m. to sort of finish something and then I'll work on something else and then tomorrow but I don't have that freedom or flexibility. If my son's awake, I'm awake.
Yeah.
So I treasure my sleep and I also treasure the fact that we work as much as we do to try to make money to feed our son, but then also trying to create our own projects. All of those take time and energy.
Right. And
so it used to be fine to be juggling 5 or 6 projects at a time that were our own.
Yeah.
And now it's like, what is the one thing we're going to do in addition to our life, so.
What keeps you guys motivated?
Wow.
Our drive to tell stories. And I think being creative people, I think it's just like breathing. Like we have to be creating. It's how our mind gets sort of sated.
Yeah, we love living this life and living in this world. And to do that, you have to keep telling stories.
We're storytellers, and so I think we'll always be telling stories in any medium that we can. So sometimes it's in book form. Sometimes it's in television film form. Sometimes it's someone else's story, and we get to step in as an actor and do that. Sometimes it's just our life is the story that we're telling at that moment.
Yeah.
What's a story that you guys would like to tell that you haven't had the opportunity to yet?
Oh my gosh, we have jillions of those.
So many.
We literally have a whiteboard at home that has like various columns of different ideas that we have in different progress.
Yeah. We have various personal projects that we would love to, that are in various stages right now. Some of them are just idea stages. Some of them, we've got the scripts, but we wonder how we're going to find the money for it.
Yeah, or the time to shoot something.
Or the time. Because that's the thing. We've produced a lot of things that we felt, hey, this is a story that we can tell within our own means, with our own finances, whatever. We don't have to ask somebody else permission to do it.
Right.
But some of the stories we want to tell are bigger than that. We don't have millions of dollars to spend on a movie, for example, or an animated show. So that's something we're going to have to one day figure out how to.
We're going to have to break through on figuring out how to get financing. Because everything right now is self-generated, which is great and it's very empowering. But in order to move up to that,
our next goal, our next level is to figure out how to get somebody else to pay for that stuff.
Just finding literally, it's a matter of. If you like what we create and you realize that you're kind of like a patron of what we do, finding those people that are excited about it enough that they like what our vision is, that they want to invest in that, so that they're a part of it, but it's still, that's sometimes it's just a matter of like connecting with the right people. Because those people are out there, I'm sure it's just a matter of us connecting with them. So
is crowdsourcing something that you guys are looking at as well?
We've done that a few times on various projects.
Right.
One of the books I wrote was entirely crowdfunded, which is awesome.
And the fourth season, Shelf Life
was crowdfunded.
Crowdfunding is great. Crowdfunding is hard.
It's a lot of work.
Crowdfunding is a lot of work.
Yes.
If you do it right and you make sure that you fulfill all your goals,
Yeah.
to people and all the.
And we've always successfully
perks.
crowdfunded. When we've crowdfunded for our own projects, we have always hit our goal, which is amazing. That's great to be able to say. But it's like a full-time job.
Yeah.
And so having that as a full-time job, I mean, obviously money is valuable, so you need to put effort in there to get it, but it's what's the payoff or the trade-off. We don't have that amount of full-time energy to do that in order to get we need a fairy god fairy. A fairy god fairy.
A fairy god fairy.
We need a fairy god fairy that's like, here's some finances, you go make the thing that you want to go make, and I'm excited about it. So we'll see. Someday maybe.
Well, maybe you guys will be able to work something out logistically.
Yeah.
I know that can be
Yeah.
challenging. Maybe one of the stretch goals can be like, or, you donate $2,500 and you get a babysitter kid for a night.
Exactly. Oh, they pay us to babysit.
They pay us to babysit our kid. That's genius.
Wait, do we know who
Totally
they
get
are
it.
though? I want to vet people and make sure.
That's
it's
true. You
safe.
can't just have anybody babysit your kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Although I can understand why anybody would want to babysit.
He's
our
pretty
kid.
awesome.
Awesome.
Sure.
He's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's a kernel of an idea there.
Yeah.
I think you guys are.
I think if we spin it a little bit, it'll eventually.
You watch
work
our
out.
kid by paying us money.
Yeah, you guys are savvy enough to make it work.
I like where this is going.
Sorry, I lost my train
That's
of thought
okay.
there for a moment.
That's okay. Gives me time to take a sip off this drink.
Can I offer you guys some bottled butter or anything?
Oh no, I think we've been drinking lots of
Yeah.
beverages.
Okie dokie. What's the next evolution for you guys? Because you've got the family, you've still got projects that you want to work on, and things that you want to do. How do you just keep pushing that? And
Right, and still... Well, here's the thing. I think it would be very easy to say we don't have time to do that stuff now that we're parents.
yeah,
But I think that would be cheating us and it would be cheating him
Yeah.
of that lifestyle.
right.
And what it is that we love doing so much. So I think while it is exhausting, while it's doubly exhausting now, I think it's going to be working that into our life in a way that doesn't cheat him either of, our time and our attention, but also telling those stories that we haven't gotten to tell yet.
Yeah, and he needs to know who his parents are, and this is who we are.
That's
and so
it,
that's
yeah.
part of it's. I think our life will always be the way that our life is.
Yes.
It may be on a bigger scale if someone else comes in, and then we can do things on a bit. But we will always be generative. We will always be creative. And sometimes it'll be on a small scale, and it'll just be the three of us doing some sort of project together. And sometimes it'll be bigger and including other people. And I think it's a matter of the evolution is just now we are not just two, we are three. And so that is our...
And yet not forcing on him the same lifestyle.
No.
Right.
Like if he doesn't want to do what we want to do, that's fine.
Yeah, if he wants to be something I don't know anything about, electrician, whatever that is, I
Right.
will support him.
Just not
in
professional
his-
sports. Just not professional sports.
I'm like the one thing he's going to love
That's the
is
one thing
sports
he's
ball.
gonna right. Yeah,
Of course,
he's totally
gonna love
yeah.
the one thing that I just don't get.
Yeah.
But we will support him in the fact that that's what he's excited about. To the best of our ability.
And a lot of people have said, "Hey, have you gotten him into the business? Have you already, start putting him up for commercials and things like that?" Because a lot of our friends do that when they have kids.
Yeah.
Where we live, it's a thing. It helps you pay for their college, and
Sure.
and we thought about it, and we almost did it, and then we thought, I wouldn't force this on anyone who can't say no yet.
Yeah.
If he gets to be 18, or 16 or whatever he wants.
And if he comes to us and says, "I want to do this," then
Yeah,
that's
like I
his
want to do
choice.
plays or I want to do whatever.
Yeah.
That's up to him. But until he can voice an opinion on that,
Yeah.
we're not gonna.
Yeah.
We're not gonna make him do any of that stuff.
I think that's good. Good way of looking at it.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're still making up this parenting thing as we go.
Yeah, sure.
I don't have any.
And no
brilliant,
judgments on
yeah.
any other parent doing their own thing because we're all
Yeah.
just trying to get by. So.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I had something good.
That's okay.
So,
Luckily, you can cut it together.
maybe you need
so.
some of this rye.
Maybe.
It'll help you think.
Couldn't hurt. Might help.
The lighting in here is making me sleepy.
I know. It's also the rain outside. There's like a
Yeah.
Raining?
drizzly sound.
Plus, it's the soothing sound of your own voices. echoing
Right. In our own heads.
That's
We're like,
totally what it is.
"Sleepy."
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what it was now.
What does that mean?
That was exciting.
Yeah, I don't know
You can say that again.
that. Right, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the phone.
It was the thought
Yeah.
coming through.
The
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. what's something that you guys are passionate about now that you maybe weren't as passionate about before you became parents?
Ooh.
It is a big, scary world out there, and I've always had my concerns. But now that we have a small person that we're trying to protect and to teach to take care of himself, in the world, I've certainly gotten more. I guess you could say political in that when in the past when I've wanted something to change, I was just like, I want something to change, but I never called a congressperson about it or a representative or anything like that. And now I feel more of a duty to try to make the world a place that's better or safer for him to live in. And I have been calling my reps and calling Congress people and
voting with our dollars.
Voting with our dollars,
in the
for
sense
sure.
of like you support things that you support them fiscally, financially. You're like, oh well, I agree with that, so I'm gonna give money there.
So I think I've taken a little more responsibility or a little more of a role in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's that is definitely having him in the world has. And I'm still the same person, but with some different focuses, I guess.
Well, it's not like I don't think who we were changed. Like, we're not fundamentally different people now. Suddenly there's a baby in the world.
Sure.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
But I do think the idea of it's more than just us. I mean, I guess we're always selfish, right? As humans, like there's a sense of selfishness. But now there's sort of this idea of we're selfish with the thought of what's also going to be best for him.
Right.
So it's just like expanding your selfishness. Right?
To include somebody else.
Yeah, expanding your selfishness.
Just to include something, yeah. So kind of chipping away your selfishness in a way, I guess. I don't know.
Expanding it.
Expanding.
I don't think people should think selfishness is a bad thing.
No, that's true.
I think selfishness is a good thing. We all need to be aware of and responsible for ourselves, which is part of selfishness.
Right.
And if we do a good job of being selfish, then we're taking such good care of ourselves that the world doesn't have to take care of us. We're taking care of ourselves as we move forward.
You have to put your oxygen mask on before you put your child's oxygen mask.
Exactly.
Thank you for the emergency procedure information.
Connection, yeah.
Maybe there's a recording in there. Maybe Delta or somebody needs
Right.
Right. Expand your selfishness. Put your mask on before you put your child's on.
But which airline would actually go for that? Probably Southwest.
That's a good point.
And you guys have used your platform in the past to work with charities and things like that. How do you see that evolving now as sort of your views broaden a bit?
Well, I think that's a little bit about what we were talking about, like voting with your dollars.
Yes.
So part of it is, we used to try to support charities at the end of the year or throughout the year as, friends would come to us and they're like, I'm doing the race to raise awareness for cancer or whatever that is. And you would try to be like, okay, great, here's some money. Or, I donated chopped off a huge braid for Locks of Love. Like you do things like that as best you can. But I think now we definitely are trying to support with our finances. So that's
and some of our projects, promoting awareness through the kind of projects that we do.
Yeah, Breaking
Silence. I did a documentary or a series of docu web series, I guess. If you go to breakingsilence.com, you can check it out.
That was on PTSD, wasn't it?
That was on that very good.
Yes.
Well, okay. Just gonna quickly interject myself and then immediately remove it.
Sure.
PTSD sufferers.
So. Well, fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad then that you found your way to that.
Yeah.
And our hope is still to continue and go back to that because we really love it. The idea for that series was the first season would be PTSD and its effects in like military and things like that,
Veterans,
but then veterans. But we also wanted to have other series focus on other aspects. So like first responders also have PTSD and it relates, it's still what the thing is, but it's how it affects how it affects them.
Removing the stigma. I think, in the past there's always been a stigma attached to post-traumatic stress. And and it's a normal reaction to an abnormal situation.
Yeah.
And should be seen as such. And and people are pushed, to stay quiet about it because you got to suck it up and be strong or whatever, or nobody will understand me. But it seems so far in my studying it that the more you can talk about it and the more you can find groups of people who have had similar experiences.
The normalization of it.
Yeah.
Just saying you're not alone.
And getting it out of yourself.
Yeah, and it's not just in your head. It's a reality. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
So we would still love to go back to that. I just, it was very much a focus at the time, and we had resources for it, and there was, a group of people that were willing.
We were working with another group that was also helping to make it happen. That group's undergone some changes as well. But we're still passionate about it.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, I think before we started rolling, a guy that we know through social media, Adam Wilson, I believe, started a convention for people on the autism spectrum to go to, like a pop culture convention that caters to people on the spectrum.
So the lights are more dim, things are quieter, there's nothing so alarming or...
Yeah, it's called CalmerCon. You can look it up. I think it's happening like in a week. I don't know how soon this is going up, but it might have already passed by the time.
I think it's in April, yeah.
Yeah, which you reminded us is Autism Awareness Month.
Yes, that's correct.
And I think, and he had never started a con before. He had never organized anything. He didn't know what to do. And he did it. Mm-hmm. And I'm super amazed by that and proud of the guy. And it's you can't make a difference. Yeah. Even just one person. Yeah. Even if you don't think you know what you're doing.
We're helping to try to support that in the sense that we're trying to sort of give it a signal boost and be like, hey guys, this is happening.
This is
that's something that we can do to help you is promote it, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's there, I don't know. There's so many different causes we'd love to support.
Yeah, and you can support in different ways. So sometimes it's as easy and simple as showing up. Sometimes it's as easy and simple as giving money. Sometimes it's as easy and simple as starting your own con. Yeah. As simple as that is.
Right, yeah.
I put simple in quotes for those of you who are listening to this.
Simple.
Yeah. Right.
It's easy, anybody can do it.
Sure, anybody can do it. Yeah. That's right.
It's like acting.
Right,
exactly.
Can do that. Absolutely.
Do that. Voice acting is just talking, right?
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I talk all the time.
If you can do funny voices.
Right, anyone can talk.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's been wonderful catching up with you. Before we go, is there anything else that you guys want to plug?
We're still always proud of Shelf Life. You can go to shelflifeseries.com, or if you go to our website.
Our main is monkeymayhemhub.com. It's sort of our main website that has all the various projects that we do on it.
Yeah.
And
our production company is Monkey Kingdom Productions, and Monkey Mayhem Hub is where sort of all of that is everything.
But it also
that we
has
do
our
is collected.
Books on it too.
Yeah,
all
it
the
has books and shows that we've done.
Yeah, and so our new voiceover book that's coming out this summer will be on there, and
the movie that we did, the mockumentary about voice actors attending conventions is
But
on
you
there.
can also from there. You know what? Actually, I don't know if you can. I should have a link to our YouTube channel so that you could go on and watch Breaking Silence or our travel web series Up and Away or Shelf Life or What a Lark. So that way you can try to. I'll make sure to do that. I'll do that this week.
Thanks. See, and you helped us.
Happy to do it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it's been wonderful. Hopefully, it won't be 7 years between now and the next time.
Right. Although it doesn't feel like that long. So
no,
I'm 7 years. We were just here. I remember this hotel.
It was just after the flood.
Yeah.
The massive floods. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, Noah's Ark flood is what you were talking
it was just that's how long ago it was.
Yeah, it was a year after FloodCon then.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you again.
Thank you for having us back.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.